Hey guys, Randy here with FL Outdoors. Today we're going to talk tack vanes. We want to go through each and every profile that we offer. We got 9 different sizes, different shapes. How do I know which one? Here we're going to talk about it. So first I want to start with a Summit vane. So the Summit is our 2-inch high profile vane. It's got a 525 thousandths height. You can literally use this on almost anything. It's great for broadheads. It's great for 3D arrows. It'd be great for indoor arrows. About the only arrow that you probably wouldn't put this on is like a small diameter field and feeder arrow. So next we have the Driver series and we have the Matrix series. The Matrix is a shorter but higher profile ratio, where the Driver is all longer and lower profile, ratio, height to length. So start with the 175 Matrix. 175 Matrix, it has a 440 height. It is designed mainly for small diameter 3D arrows. You could 4-fletch it on a slightly bigger diameter 3D arrow. You could use it on like a 166 field or feeder arrow for 50 meters. It would be a great vane for that as well. Next would be the 2-inch Matrix. 2-inch Matrix is going to have a 450 thousandths height. They are great for mid-size and even larger diameter 3D arrows. It's not something we typically put on an indoor arrow, but really good for those. There's some folks that have 4-fletched that with for broadheads and hunting. It's a great option for that as well. Then we have the 225 Matrix. The 225 Matrix is a 500 thousandths height, so it's exactly right at a 1/2 inch. So it's our highest profile outside of the Summit vane. This profile in particular, you can 3-fletch that, and that would be excellent for any broadhead on the market. You can 4-fletch it for if you got like one of the big traditional style cut-on contact broadheads, you could 4-fletch that. It's going to support any one of those. So next we go into the Driver series. The 175 Driver is extremely low profile. It is specifically only designed for like really small diameter field and feeder arrows, 50 meter shooting. So if you're going to put that on like a 166 arrow, we probably are going to recommend that you 4-fletch them to make sure you got enough steering power. If you're shooting like an X10, Revelation, a Nano, any of those really tiny micro diameter arrows, the 175 Driver has a 310 thousandths height, so it's very low profile. Next we go to the 2-inch Driver. The 2-inch Driver has like a 400 thousandths height, and so that one is designed for 166 arrows mainly, for field and feeder shooting, 50 meters as well. And so if you're going to put that on like an X10 or a Revelation, it's probably on the little bit big side, but you could 3-fletch it on those. It's excellent for a 166 arrow, kind of optimized for that. There are a handful of like 23s and 24 diameter arrows. You could definitely 4-fletch those, and works really well for 3D as well, or anything smaller. So if you're shooting long distance tack events or something like that, and you're not going to shoot a broadhead, the 2-inch Driver is an excellent option for that. Next we have the 225 Driver. The 225 Driver has a 465 thousandths height. It's a super universal vane. You can use that 3-fletch on like most of your small diameter up to like a mid diameter arrow for 3D. If you're going to get into a little bit bigger diameter 3D arrow, we definitely recommend you 4-fletch those. It's also an excellent vane for hunting. So for any type of broadheads, we always are going to recommend you 4-fletch it. So like if you 3-fletch that, you can test it with some mechanicals and there's a decent chance it's going to work, but with tack vanes we create so little drag, we really don't recommend having not enough vane. It's better to have enough. You're not going to create excess drag like you do with a lot of vanes of the past. So we definitely would recommend, if you're going to shoot broadheads with a 225 Driver, we're definitely going to recommend that you 4-fletch it. Next would be the 275 Driver. That's really our workhorse of our entire line. That one pretty much is one of the most universal. So you can 3-fletch that, and that's going to support any broadhead, within reason. So if your bow's tuned, that'll shoot any broadhead. It has a 475 thousandths height, and so it is a longer, lower profile vane. So if you got any clearance to your cable or clearance issues to your cable or your hand or anything like that, it's a little lower profile than some of our other models. But there's lots of guys that'll 4-fletch that for indoor arrows. You can 3-fletch it for almost any 3D arrow. Again, doesn't create excess drag like most other vanes. So even if you're shooting long distance on like a standard diameter or a 204 arrow, you can shoot 100 yards with that thing, and it definitely is not going to create excess drag. Last but not least would be the 375 driver. The 375 driver has a 360 thousandths height. It's a little bit lower profile because it was originally designed for indoor arrows. 90% of the time we're going to shoot indoor arrows or shoot 23 series arrows or 27s for indoor. You can 3-fletch that vane on any indoor arrow and it's going to work excellent. The reason it's a little lower is because the arrow diameter gets so big that you may have a clearance issue. So we dropped it down the height a little bit on that one. There are some folks that like to shoot that one with fixed broadheads. There's absolutely no problem with that. You can certainly shoot them. But that's our entire line. I definitely would recommend. We do have a chart on our website as well that kind of lays out all this, gives you the weight of each one, gives you the height of each one, and exactly what the application is. But check out floutdoors.com for more information and subscribe to our YouTube channel.